Hey, Julie here from Julie's Carnivore Quest. How are you today? Thank you for being here and welcome back to my sharing about this journey, this quest that I'm on to heal my body and lose weight and feel good from now until forever, right? I have in the past tried all the eating styles and all the diets and all the food plans and things, and never had success except for one other thing, and that was Atkins. Couple of 3 years ago, when I heard about carnivore, in a moment where I just was bigger than I had ever been and I just felt terrible every single day, I thought, I've got to try something else, right? Because insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. And I was doing the same thing. I was doing what all the mainstream dietitian people tell you, which is to eat more plants. And it was only getting me in worse and worse health condition. I just felt terrible every single day. And I wasn't searching. I wasn't actively looking for anything. A new eating plan or anything, but I love Pinterest, and I had a video pop up on Pinterest that was about carnivore, and I was like, carnivore? That sounds interesting. Let me go check it out. So that led me down a whole rabbit hole. I shared a little bit about that in my very first video on this channel, which includes in the description a list of many physicians and many books. Well, I didn't write down the book titles, but many physicians who talk about the carnivore and ketovore way of eating. And basically I thought, well, shoot, may as well try it, right? Like I've been willing to try all the other things and they didn't work, so I may as well try it. And it worked for me. It worked for me until my carb addiction got out of control again. So here I am. I want to give a report. Today is not day 2, it's week 2. I just finished 2 full weeks carnivore. And, the only plant that I'm having at this point is coffee in the morning. I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, sometimes 3. I drink decaf, but I've been having coffee, and that's it. And the rest of the time I eat meat and eggs and dairy. And the meat that I eat has been beef. That's my favorite, always has been my favorite. I used to eat mostly chicken, but I didn't really like it all that much. It was okay. It never was really satisfying. And I think it just nutritionally did not do anything for me. But I love beef and I like pork too. So bacon, pork belly is good. Pork shoulder or maybe like a pork steak on the grill is nice sometimes, especially in the summer. We do that around here. And but yeah, for the last 2 weeks I have had beef, butter, bacon, eggs, and pork belly, and that's it. I've had ribeyes, I've had burger patties, but all beef, and that's works out great for me. At this point I'm eating 2 meals a day. And that's working out really good too. So right now I am not tracking anything that I eat. A lot of carnivore people will tell you, eat animal products until you're comfortably full and stop. And then when you're hungry again, eat animal products until you're comfortably full and then stop. And so, yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I'm not tracking. I don't want to track. I will maybe at some point if it becomes data that I feel like is really critical for me to understand more about what is maybe working and what isn't. But right now, I'm not doing that, and I don't want to do that. When I went carnivore the first time in 2022, I did not track a thing. And, and that works great for me. as someone with ADHD, I could do really great tracking for like 2 or 3 days, and then it would just be like I'd just completely forget about it. So yeah, that's where we are. So 2 weeks in, what have I noticed? I have had about a 5 pound weight loss. I still have inflammation. I can feel it in my hands and fingers. But I feel like it's getting less. When I wake up in the morning, I feel less like bloated. I haven't noticed any decrease yet in joint pain. I haven't noticed a significant change in my sleep. A lot of people who go carnivore talk about getting this moment where they just get really good deep sleep and wake up fully energized and all of that. And I have not had that happen yet. I suspect that I'm not yet in fat burning mode. I suspect my body is still trying to burn sugar and I have plenty of it stored on me, right? I have plenty of that stored on me. So I haven't really got to the fat burning yet. I don't feel like I've crossed that threshold into burning ketones. I don't have any plans to do any like exogenous ketones or anything. And I have considered getting one of those meters where you can measure your blood ketones and your blood sugar. And the only thing that is stopping me, frankly, is the cost of that. I think the device is not so expensive, but if you're testing a couple of times, like those little needle sticks that you have to get, I just think that they're a little pricey, and I don't know that I want to spend all the extra money on that at this point, because there's a lot of other things that are kind of going kind of outrageous, and I just feel like it's something I don't really feel like the benefit right now is going to make it worth it for me yet right now. That could change, and maybe by next week, or maybe by even in a couple of days when I do another video, I'll feel completely different. But for today, I'm okay not having that device. One thing I have heard from quite a few different resources that might be beneficial or helpful to me is like a vibration plate and or one of those little rebounder trampolines, which I think what I'm hearing is that they kind of can serve the same purpose as far as being able to help with like lymphatic drainage and things like lymphatic system. Obviously I have lymphatic system issues. I don't, I don't know really how to describe it, but I'm not getting much deep sleep. And in sleep is when your lymphatic system has a chance to clean itself. It can't do it during the day, so it really wants to do it at night. I have tried to do the manual lymphatic massage, and it's the same thing that happens to me with that as what happens to me with taking supplements and what happens to me with tracking food, is that I'll do great for 2 or 3 days and then I'll just completely blank on it and forget. So I haven't been able to get consistent enough, but if I had that little, like the device, if I had the little rebounder or the little, like sitting there, that's the trigger for me to do it, If you don't have ADHD, you might be like, really? Come on now. But if you have ADHD, you probably can understand where I'm coming from with that, is that I need the trigger of the thing. And interesting though, if I set alarms on my phone to trigger me for those things, I still can't do them. But it's like, I don't know, my brain is so weird. That's what I think. My brain is just like weird. And I've also considered lately talking with my doctor again about trying some ADHD medicine again. I don't know that I really want to, but I wonder if it could really help. I have noticed my brain feels much calmer and more centered and focused here in the last couple of months because I have been using a creatine monohydrate drink, and all the people are saying that for women in menopause, the creatine is really helpful for a lot of things, including brain health. So I have done that, and I mean, I feel pretty good. I don't feel super scattered. I don't feel super like flighty or like there's too much in my head. There's still always a bunch in my head, but there's a little bit less. But I just wonder if it isn't time to maybe try again and see what I can do to help push me forward on some things that I want to do, that I have trouble with because of not being able to focus and being so easily distracted. So yeah, that's basically my two weeks report. The last time I did carnivore in 2022, I noticed within 3 weeks that my joint pain was like almost completely gone. So I'm really looking forward to less joint pain and better sleep. And I'm hoping that in the next week or two, I'm going to start to see that change happening. And that would make me super happy. I feel like I have a lot of things I want carnivore to do for me as far as help heal different annoyances that I have with my body. But I feel like, especially with the sleep and the joint pain, if I could get those two things to improve, I think all the rest of the things would be like icing on the cake, right? And continue anyway. I mean, I obviously have a lot of excess weight. I haven't shared yet what my starting weight was, but it was the highest I have ever been. And let me say that it was a very large number by, it was about 130 pounds more than I would like it to be. So, I have only 125 pounds more than I'd like to be. I don't know if that's even, I can't think of that really too much because it will just frustrate me that all these years I've tried all these things and I've just only continued to get larger and larger and larger. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one who has had this happen to them. Like, I didn't go looking for that. Yes, I learned a whole lot about eating all the wrong things, but then when I tried to eat all the right things, I only got even worse. It didn't help me, not even a little. Not even a little. So anyway, put a comment down below if you have ever felt like you're doing all the right things and everything is still going south. Let me know where you're watching from and if you have ever tried carnivore or keto or Atkins back in the day and what your experience was. And if you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer as much as I can. And or look for some people who can help because I have like read so many of the books and enjoy that part of it. But you should see how I have this rigged up. It may fall over. I apologize if it does. I seriously need to get my ish organized if I'm going to record videos. But I'm sitting here with a plate of, I don't know if I can, crispy fried pork belly, one of my very favorite things. And today is day 16 of my carnivore quest. So I just wanted to give a little report out. The last 2 nights, I have had a good, bad thing happen. So the last 2 nights, I have slept so good, almost better than ever. And the only bad thing about that is that when I wake up and it's like 6:30 or almost 7 in the morning, I feel like my whole day is running late because I slept so long. I mean, I consistently wake up well before dawn. And so to sleep that long sort of messes up my schedule. I know. I mean, I guess I could get used to it. Maybe I'd be able to stay awake until 9:30 p.m. if I sleep in, like maybe I won't flame out at 8 o'clock and feel like all I can do is go to bed now. But yeah, I have been waiting for that good sleep. Now we'll see if that stays consistent. I have no idea if it will or not. Anyway, it is hot and humid here today, this morning, and we're having a big front come through later. We're going to have like 45-mile-an-hour winds and a drop in the humidity, which is going to trigger off a bunch of storms and hail and all kinds of nonsense. Mother Nature's being really weird. See, I like to fry these super crisp. Oh my gosh, they're so good. So it's going to be an interesting afternoon. It was almost 2 years ago that we had a huge storm roll through with 80-mile-an-hour winds and drop a tree on our house. So now, every time we have thunderstorms and wind like that, the dog, Sydney, follows me like right at my feet. Like she's like, I'm not here for this. She's terrified now. She never used to be afraid of storms at all. But ever since that tree got dropped on our house, now she's like, no. So I have a couple of errands to run, and I'm just going to do it and get it over with so that when the storms start rolling in, I will be home and I won't have to worry about being stuck somewhere in a car and all of that with roads flooding and whatnot silliness that happens when we get a big storm that dumps a lot of rain really quick. Anyway, here's how things are going. So far, on my first 15 days, sugar, grain, veggie free. I've had no sugar, no grains, no carbs, no vegetables, no fruit for 15 days, and I feel amazing. Like I feel good. Now my aching joints hasn't stopped yet. But I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I do care, but I can be patient with that. Dr. Ken Berry, you need to watch all of his videos about talking about keto, carnivore, and all the spectrum of what that is. Nutritional ketosis has been used for multiple decades to help kids with epilepsy or people with seizure disorders. So it's not a fad diet. Don't let some random trainer who's got certified by the NASM or whoever they get certified by, don't let them tell you it's a fad, because it is not. It's been documented since the 1800s, for Pete's sake. Anyway, listen to Ken Berry, where he says, have some vitamin P. Patience. I have ADHD. I don't have vitamin P. I'm very deficient in vitamin P. I think all of us are when we are on a health quest to lose weight or, whatever. We want it to happen quicker than it does. I know that the changes are happening mostly on the inside of my body. Things are starting to correct themselves or try to resolve. And I may not notice it from the outside yet, but things are happening. And I'm going to take some vitamin P today and celebrate something that I have noticed. So I don't yet feel comfortable saying what my weight was when I started, but I will tell you that I am 7 pounds down from where I was on May 1st, 7. And hey, if that's water weight or whatever, I'm okay with that, because water weight is inflammation, and the inflammation is going down somewhere in my body, and that's good. That is progress in the direction I want to go. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to finish my breakfast. I'm going to go do the things I need to do, and I'm going to get back home, and I don't know, I might do something crazy like vacuum the carpets. Super glamorous over here. What are you doing today? Anyway, leave me a comment or a question below, or just give me a thumbs up to just to show me that there's people that you're in my corner supporting me on this quest. And I will give another update again soon.